Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, thank you. The last Sunday in 2018. Wow. I know it. Wow, I'm ready for a new year. Ready for something new. We were just talking about a book before the service in the office called Life is a Marathon. What if the race is over? Those two thoughts kind of collide in my mind. If life is a marathon and the race is over, life's not over. You're not dying. You're waking up. You're being reborn. We talked a lot about rebirth during the Christmas season, that the rebirth of the Christ consciousness in us, that the same consciousness that was in Jesus, that's why they called him the Christ, by the way. It wasn't his last name. Like, Jesus, the son of Mary and Joseph Christ? No, it wasn't that. They called him Jesus the Christ, the illuminated, enlightened one, the man who realized, wow, whatever God is, that's what I am. If I'm a creation of something, whatever that something is what I am. And so in that discovery, we too have to enact or let's say, activate our own Christ consciousness. And we have to demonstrate through our living that consciousness, that same consciousness. And we have to start right where we are. The biggest thing for me is letting go of all my self-judgments. So whatever I'm thinking about you, about the world, about whatever's going on out there, that's how I feel about myself. So you can get a good indication of how you feel about yourself and how you treat others on a daily basis. And I think it's very important that we don't judge ourselves, but when we find ourselves going back to a mistaken idea, to realize, all that is I'm not acting out of my true consciousness. I'm acting out of a mistaken idea about myself. And that's what I'm teaching the world. And when that happens, more quickly, I catch myself and say, stop. What's the truth? Stop. Release that. Welcome the truth. Take a moment. Take a pause for the cause. Release that. So today we're releasing what no longer serves us. We release the past and we embrace the promise of a new year. A lot of people on New Year's, they start with New Year's resolutions. Is that something people do? Do you guys do those things? And then by February 1st, you've forgotten all about it. Right? You started a new diet. You've joined the gym. You're on the way. And then by February 1st, you're back sitting at home eating cookies. I'm going on a diet. I'm going on the elimination diet for New Year's. I'm going to eliminate anger, frustration, jealousy, doubt, conflict. I want to eliminate those things from my consciousness so that Christ can emerge. Then you watch your health improve. Then you watch, you're excited to do new things. You're excited to be healthy. You're excited to eat healthy. You're excited to go to the gym or to do whatever brings you joy. Because you're not complaining and blaming anybody else for stealing your joy. You're in charge of it. And so you're more excited and motivated to do those things that bring you joy. You're not going to blame anyone else for how you feel. You're not going to blame anyone else for how things are showing up for you. In fact, now everything will start to look like a blessing. It might be a blessing that's going to show you need to go in a different path because you've been hurting yourself. It might be that kind of a blessing, but more often than not, it's blessing after blessing, miracle after miracle, because your life is opening up in profound ways. And everyone around you begins to feel better. Everyone around you begins to have a healing in their life. You notice the people around you start to feel a lot better just hanging out with you? No? Well, you better get with the program. And the first part of the program, and it's the same in Unity Prayer, we use denials and affirmations. So the first part of the program is letting go. If you let go of control, you will feel an instant relief. I'm not in control of the universe. Something called God is in control. The universe is running just fine without me trying to tell it what to do. The planets are revolving around each other. The galaxies are spinning. We're moving through the universe at 1,000,000 miles a day. And I don't have to be in control. In fact, the only thing that I usually do by trying to control things is slow myself down, is block my awareness of the perfection of the universe and the perfection of all of these incredible beings around me, my brothers and sisters. And I block my awareness of my own good, my own perfection inside. So let go and let God, and you feel an instant relief. When you let go, you create a space. And you create a space for not only better things, but what you actually want in life. Create that space and stay in the anticipation. Allow it to come to you. It's exciting, isn't it? Stay in that moment. Release. Don't tell the universe, don't tell God what it should be doing for you. He knows. You know, the Bible, there's a place that says God knows the prayer of your heart before you've even spoken it, before the words are on your tongue. The miracle's on the way. The blessing's already here. It's a matter of shaping and forming that divine substance in a way that supports my highest good. The problem is that we're holding on to so much stuff we can't see our highest good. We can't even tell that it's good for us because we're so focused on the past. We're so focused on that old story of being a victim. How about a story of how the race is over? We've all automatically won. You're already winners. You're already victorious. You've already were created in perfection. And you are given the opportunity to manifest that perfection any way you choose. But stop hurting yourself. This is the letting go part. Stop hurting myself by continually telling the universe or God what I am, what I want, what I think everything should be. Because it's already God, it's already perfect. Divine substance is imbued at the essence of every living thing. All I need to do now is let go of my idea and open up my awareness to what it is. See? Yes? See? Sí, señor. Absolutely. So letting go gives us freedom. We all desire this freedom. Freedom is the only condition for happiness, according to Thich Nhat Hanh. If in our heart we still cling to anything, any anger, any anxiety, or possessions, we cling to possessions over experience of love. We cling to possessions for our value, especially in a consumer society. We think that the more we possess, the more value we have. Instead of clinging to possessions, we want to be free. We must release our anger, our anxiety, our fears, but also our attachments. Attachments are not just to things, to possessions. There are attachments to your thoughts, your ideas, how you believe things to be. We need to let go of those things if we want to be free, because living in the present moment is going to create this experience of eternity. It's going to create this experience that many of you are now having, that you are actually eternal, that you're living in eternity. You're living in a realm of divine substance, divine knowledge, and divine identity, that you are spirit. You're living in an experience when you live in the present moment, you're living in eternity. And I want that experience for everyone. That's why we meditate. That's why we pray. That's why we enter into spiritual processes and a spiritual lifestyle, is so that we can have that experience of our eternal nature. And that experience is one of waking up. We're waking up to who we really are. So waking up to who you are requires letting go of who you imagine yourself to be. I don't know if any of you guys know Alan Watts. Read Alan Watts. He's a very cool, amazing modern-day spiritual teacher and philosopher and author. Letting go of who you imagine yourself to be, you're going to wake up to that eternal experience of who you really are. Now, this is some of the best tools that you can have. There's two of them that are really powerful, and that's forgiveness and gratitude. Forgiveness is a very powerful tool. It's the means by which I can let go. I always find that I need to perform some kind of action in my mind because I'm holding on so tight to my ideas and to my grievances and to what happened in the past that I'm not going to feel peace and I'm not going to be able to let it go until I perform some kind of an action. The action is always this: I forgive and I am grateful. I forgive, I let go. I open my heart to this present moment. I forgive, I let it go. You know, when you're holding a grievance, the Buddha said it was something like holding on to a hot stone and expecting the other person to get burned. Or you drink poison and you expect the other person to die from it. And that's what holding on to grievances is. It's you want to punish someone else out there, instead you punish yourself. And you think, now I got him. And I'm the only one that gets burned by that. So I want to forgive, and forgiveness through the eyes of A Course in Miracles is very particular. It's remembering. Isn't that great? Remembering only the loving thoughts. The loving thoughts that I had in the past and those that were given to me. All the ones that I gave and that were given to me, all the loving thoughts must be remembered. All the rest must be forgotten. All of it. Throw it in the fire. Burn it up. Let it go. Only remember the loving thoughts. If I had one loving thought about you, that's what I want to remember. Because in truth, we all came here, there wasn't a manual, how to do this. We're all just learning by trial and error here. We're all doing our best. And so in that process, we stumble, we fall, we make mistakes, and we get back up again. And luckily, no one's holding it against us in the universe. If you are holding it against yourself, let it go. So let's forgive ourselves first. And then let's forgive the other person. If you think of anything today that you still feel bad about, let it go. Let this be the day that you forgive yourself. It was just a mistake. No one's holding it against you. In the Course in Miracles as well as in Unity, we don't believe in sin. We believe in you made a mistake. Maybe you have error thinking going on, but you're not sinful. Sinful is just missing the mark. It's an archery term. And it means missing the bullseye. That's all. So all I want to do now is get my thoughts focused in the present moment and hit the mark of truth. Hit the mark of truth. What's true about me? What's true about you? And live in that truth. And that's forgiveness. Allowing yourself to let those mistakes go. Let them go and embrace this present moment. And here's the truth right here and now. If you don't carry that stuff with you, it's not here. It's absolutely not here. And so in truth, it doesn't even exist. You're making it up in your mind, and you're making it real for you. And if it's not a good story, please don't do it. I remember our friend Nancy Canning says, "You're making it all up anyway, so make it up incredible. Make it up great. Make up a great reality. Make up a great life for yourself. Make up great relationships. Make up great finances. Make up great things to do. Make it up great. Make up a great career and a great spiritual center and make up great music. Make up great everything because you are great. Let it be so. Forget all that. All that other stuff is a decision. You know what? All of it is your decision. However life's showing up for you, let it go if it's not great. If it's not supporting your highest good, we can let it go. And we can do that by forgiveness. We can do that by remembering only the loving thoughts. Forgiveness is a key. It's one of the golden keys. And it is a key to inner peace. Why? Because it is the mental technique by which our thoughts are transformed. They're transformed from fear to love. Now, if we just look at it very simply, we have two emotions, fear or love. Which one do you like? It's pretty easy. It's a no-brainer. And so, if I want to remember only the loving thoughts, I have to have my fear thoughts transformed to loving thoughts. And how that happens is through forgiveness. And it brings me an inner peace. I woke up the other morning and I was feeling like tremendous anxiety. And I was wondering, what was I dreaming about? So that doesn't have anything to do with it. Who do I need to forgive? There we go. And I started doing it in my mind. And I got such an inner peace. So now every morning when I wake up, I say, who do I need to forgive? Like right away. And I just get this incredible inner peace to start my day. And it could be the littlest thing. And it quite often is myself I need to forgive because I didn't let it go the day before. I woke up with it the next day. So let's not do that this year. Let's not bring all that junk from 2018 into this year. Okay? Let's wake up with a brand new attitude and an open mind and an open heart. And open to all the possibilities, the incredible, amazing things that are going to happen this year. Somebody had a practice that I adopted. I'll go to Thich Nhat Hanh in one moment. Because the present moment is all there is. Every cool thing, every great thing, every wonderful experience, every miracle that you have, write it down and put it in a jar. Starting Tuesday, New Year's Day. Right? You might need a big jar for all the wonderful things that are going to happen this year. Put it in the jar. At the end of every day. This is so cool. Or a shoebox, whatever you have. Put it in there and go on to the next day. And at the end of every day, you put in these wonderful things. At the end of the year, right next year at this time, take it out and read all the wonderful things. Remember all the incredible things that have happened. So many things happen in 1 year. We forget. We forget how blessed we are. So many amazing people have come into your life in just 1 year. So many cool things that you have done. So many inspirations that have come to you. So many creative acts and loving acts and generous acts that you have performed. And we forget them. We forget how wonderful we really are. We need to remember those things. Remember only the loving thoughts. Write them down. Put them in a box. Put them in that jar. Read them at the end of the year. And you'll start to remember how wonderful you really are. And it's a good practice to stay in the present moment. It's the only moment that's available to us, but it's a door to all the other present moments. It's a door to staying in the moment. Remember how wonderful you are. Because if you're depressed, you're living in the past. And if you're anxious, you're worried about the future. But when you're in peace, you're living in the present. We used to call it living in the present. We used to call waiting on the Lord. That's the Christian vernacular. But it comes from the Hebrew scriptures, Isaiah 40:31. And it says, those that wait upon the Lord will renew their strength. Waiting upon the Lord is dwelling in the present moment. You shall mount up with wings like an eagle. You shall run and not faint. You shall walk and not be weary. And this wonderful truth has endured for thousands of years. But it's the same truth. It's said a little different way today. Be in the present moment. Forgive everyone. Be grateful for all you have. Remember all the gifts that you have. And remember the gift that you are. In this new year, I want to welcome a new you. I want to welcome a new you into this present moment. Don't just receive the blessings, be the blessing. I want you to be blessed and be a blessing in 2019. Can you do that with me? Yeah. All right, guys, I love you so much. Happy New Year. We love you.
You have been watching the message from our Sunday celebration service here at Unity on Cape Cod, providing a positive path for spiritual living. Please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at 147 Walton Ave, Hyannis, Mass. And visit us online at www.unityoncapecod.org.